In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this cool burger poster using Adobe Photoshop. Let's go. Alright, so here we are in Adobe Photoshop, and this is what we're going to make. Some nice, yummy burger, cheeseburger. Look at this cheese, all this cheese right here. Alright, so to do this, what we want to do, we want to go up to File, then New, and for this, we're going to make it 5 width by 7. All right, and of course ensure that it's on inches, 300 dpi, then hit create. So this is our blank canvas. So as you can see, there are a few things that makes this burger poster, right? Of course, the burger, the fries, the font, this wooden platform, which I'm going to show you how to make just now, and the text, some smoke, and we're seeing some fire particles that gives it a nice effect, and some smoke in the background, right? And of course a dark brown background, dark brown blackish background. All right, so let's start with the platform. So to make this platform, I'm going to grab a platform that I found on the internet. So let's drag this into our document, right? So we have this, right? So we're going to scale it down a bit. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to basically duplicate this. So to duplicate this, we're going to right click, duplicate, right, and then bring it up using the mouse arrow. So I'm just pressing up. Faster way is to click, hold Alt, and then I'm holding Shift so that I can move it in a straight line, and then bring it somewhere about here, right? But as you can see, we're having a very harsh transition going on right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of this harsh transition. So I'm going to go over to my polygonal lasso tool, and I'm going to cut it or make a selection just below that seam, right? So I want to keep that seam just so that it maintains a certain level of realism. All right. So double click, close the selection, and I'm not even going to use a mask. I'm just going to, well, I'm going to use a mask just to work non-destructively. I'm going to practice what I preach. All right. But I'm not going to just press the mask tool. I'm going to hold Alt and then click the mask, and that way it will preserve well, get rid of what I selected, right? So with that done, I can click the move tool, and I'm going to bring it down some more and create a nice overlap. So this way it looks much more realistic. So of course I can zoom in here and just use my brush tool to brush away this section, this imperfection. So I'm going to use my brackets and size it down, zoom back in, and I'm brushing away. Ensure that the mask is selected. Ensure that it's on black. Quick way, press X to alternate between black and white. X the keyboard. So it's on black now, so I can brush away. And the opacity is all the way down to 0. Let's set it to 100% and brush away. Great. So we have that. So with that done, I'm going to actually remove this one, delete that one, and then hold Alt Shift and drag another one down like this. Slight overlap, bring this one down again. Of course, I want this one to be on top, so I'm going to drag that one above. All right, cool. So we have that. So I'm going to select all of them, and then I'm going to do the same thing. Hold Shift, Alt, and drag. Oh, when selecting multiple things. So select all of them, Shift, Alt, and Control, and I'm dragging everything upwards. And again, I'm going to get rid of this. Well, I don't have to get rid of it. I can simply swap it around. So I'm going to bring this one down, hold Shift, bring this one down, and hold Shift, bring this one up. Great. See, so the essence of what I'm doing here, I'm just simply extending the platform. I think this one needs to be on top. Let's see. Oh, it has a sharp edge. All right, so that's good enough, right? bring it down a bit, scale it down, and I think I'm going to extend it even more. So just to ensure that they don't split, I'm going to just simply group them or flatten them. So merge layers, right click, merge layers. So this is now one layer, and then I'm going to just bring it up. So I really want this platform layer to be very extended. All right, just like that. All right, bring it down a bit and then merge. So a lot of duplicating and merging. So merge down, not merge down, sorry, merge layers. All right, just press undo to undo what I did. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this, right, hit apply, then I'm going to zoom in, and then I'm going to hold shift again, then alt, and then bring it up a bit, just like that, right? And then what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to flip it vertically, just so that the top part is meeting the top part. As I flip it, you'll see what I mean. So right click, so apply first. You can right click here, or we can just simply go up to edit, then go down to transform, and then flip vertically, right? So now we have the top meeting the top. So technically this is now the bottom, but you know, it's really the top meeting the top. All right, so what I'm now going to do, I'm going to ensure, of course, ensure that auto select is not on auto select, ensure that show transform controls is on. If it's not on, click it, of course, with the move tool selected, and then we're going to select either of the corner edges, corner nodes, or transform controls, which is the left one or the right one. So we're going to click it. So what we're going to do, we're going to click the corner edge, hold Control, Shift, and Alt, and drag it inward. So that will sort of create a flattened perspective of the platform, right? So the illusion of us looking at the platform that has a top, right? So that's essentially what we're trying to do here, right? Just like what's here. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to select both layers, and then we're going to scale it up a bit. So I'm going to hold Alt and scale it upwards and bring it down a bit, and then hit apply. And then for the top platform, I'm going to bring it down a bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click the center transform control, and I'm going to hold shift and bring it down so that I can make it look a bit flatter, and then hit apply. So as you can see, we're not clearly seeing the seam between the top portion and the side portion of the wooden platform, right? And the reason for that is because both of them has pretty much the same lighting. And in reality, whenever something is, well, most times the top portion of an object is usually brighter because light is usually placed in a higher location, like a ceiling bulb, right? So which is what's going on here. So we have the top part looking brighter and the sides looking a bit darker. So what we're going to do, we're going to make the side portion darker. So we're going to select the bottom portion, that's the bottom wooden platform, and we're going to use an adjustment layer. So I'm going to use a curves adjustment layer. So you want to click down here and go up to curves. And I'm not just going to apply the curves to it. I'm going to clip it to it so that it only affects that layer only. And of course, if you don't know how clipping works, clipping applies the layer that applies to the layer that is immediately below it. So in the layers panel, this is the curves, and this is the layer that is immediately below it. Once you clip it, it will apply only to that. So I'm going to just bring down the center portion of our curve line just to create a darker look to it. And that's good. All right, nice. And of course, if we want in the future, we can always go back to the curves layer and adjust it even more as we see fit. All right, so that takes care of that, at least for now. All right, so I'm going to select both layers again, and then I'm going to scale it upwards just so that we don't see the edges. All right, looking good. And then I'm going to bring it down some more. Scale it up some more until we get rid of the edges. All right, that looks good. And then I'm going to still bring down the top wooden platform some more. So hold shift and bring it down some more and create a flatter look for our platform. Nice. So all that is missing now is some burger and fries. So let's get our burger and our fries.